Now, that's going to be insufficient now for fucking 800 degrees. Right, so now they're going to say, well, hang on a minute, that needs to be a metre square. Right, well, a metre square is a literal fucking phone box. Right, that is what a fucking phone box is. So now on a 10 metre boat, they've got to try and put a phone box up through the middle of the fucking wheelhouse somewhere.
Yeah, it's not possible.
Then they're going to say, well, the exhaust lagging now. Now you're going to need to get hold of fucking NASA now.
Double it, triple it.
And find some exhaust lag and it'll wrap round this fucking thing, it won't catch fire.
And
then you're going to have a 1,500 litre tank to bunker your AdBlue. Where can you even buy AdBlue afloat?
Exactly.
You can't.
You can't.
Hey, tell me about it. You know, I have 2-stroke engine. What the hell is AdBlue?
Exactly. That AdBlue is this. What is it? What actually is it? A good question. I would like to know that also.
I don't know.
Is it fucking? Is it?
Yeah,
Basically, it cleans.
Waterway inhibitor in it.
Yeah, basically, yeah. It's like cat piss almost.
Isn't it? It's like inhibited water.
So you're kind of flushing through your DPF filter is all it's doing. So your DPF filter is unlike a cat. A DPF filter is similar to a cat.
Yeah.
But it's probes front and back.
Yes.
Pressure sensors.
Right.
So it can monitor the differential.
Yeah.
And then obviously as the pressure starts dipping on the output and increasing on the input, then the filter is obviously fucking blocked. Right. So then it'll add AdBlue through, which fires the shite out
to
of
clean
back.
that filter.
Yeah.
And that's its sole purpose.
Pretty much, yeah. Really much.
It's like Viagra for a cat.
But they haven't worked that out as well. Where's this fucking sooty mist going in on a boat? Straight out the fucking top.
Exactly.
You know, speckles all around the arse of the boat.
Up the fucking lump, into the atmosphere.
Yeah.
It's fucking mental, isn't it?
Totally.
Yeah.
But the same in a lorry, where's it going? Same fucking place.
It's flat on the floor, isn't it?
On the fucking road.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But that's fucking, that's...
I mean, it's
how
getting...
many things that the MCA do you know that are saying?
But they're just backing it up on research that they've had nothing to do with.
Aye.
A book says this,
Aye.
the boss says that, rules
Aye.
of this and that, this is yes, this is no.
I mean,
there's no opinion in
their
it.
job is really to find more and more new rules and regulations which they apply to their jobs.
To keep them in a job.
Virtually, because a lot of that stuff, when you ask them, they don't know.
No.
And then you build something, and then you hope that they approve that.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
And it's not.
But where they're going now is more paperwork with, unrelated shit to the vessel.
Totally.
You know, so we just had a survey done, and they came for the inspection, right? And the actual boat had one fault that he found.
And it doesn't sign it off, no.
One fault, right, on the vessel, and that was one scupper seized. I didn't bother going into it with the fella because it wasn't worth the hassle, but it's seized because it's redundant. It's 18 inches away from a metre square hole in the back of the boat. From where the pots go out, you see. It's clearly seized because it doesn't work.
Yeah, because it's not in it.
Exactly. Anyways, he was there for 4 hours. He looked at the boat for 20 minutes and spent the remainder of the time in the wheelhouse tearing the skipper a new arse because he hadn't fucking signed this and that or checked this or done some muster drill or a fire drill or some shit like that. Not one question of what we do with the boat, how we do it, where's the dangerous areas, what's the procedures.
When I was
are you not the safety agency?
I hated those MCA guys. They just did not know what they were really talking about. When it comes to the technical side of it, they had not a clue.
They look at the book.
Your paperwork is
they look at the book.
That's
what they
exactly
do.
That's the only thing they're interested in. As long as your book's right, they don't give a fuck.
And all the paperwork is just an ass covering exercise.
And every single British,
that's exactly.
Every single British yacht in Mallorca and the whole thing, they're all going to that MCA stuff. Because I guess it's British flag issue or something like that.
Commercial.
Yeah.
If they're commercial.
Yeah, but also the yachts. Well, a lot of the yachts are commercial because they are.
Yeah, but if they're private, they don't need MCA.
No.
This year.
Yeah.
When Chris finishes this, the MCA won't have fuck all to do it.
Yeah, but
if I wanted to hire it from him, then he would have to get through everything. Okay.
But a lot of the yacht owners, even for bigger boats, which are expensive,
they do it anyway.
They do it anyway.
So then you have for insurance, isn't it?
They get cheaper insurance, They're better going in through class. They're better using a classification society. But then you're talking.
Well, our insurance is also very expensive because we are worldwide.
Yeah. But your insurance will be cheaper because you're classed. Into your insurance company. If you went and you were only MCA, your insurance would be more than you are classed. Classed is fucking, but it's expensive. Do you have to get your class done every year, or every 4 years?
Yes, every year.
Every year. Yeah. That's where the classification becomes more expensive.
What
you paying 100 euros an hour for the guy, the classification
We're doing it through the surveyor, which has then the approval from Panama to survey those things.
Yeah, but what you paying the surveyor an hour?
I don't know.
150 euros an hour?
I really don't know, to be honest. I don't know.
That's the problem, is how much they're charging an hour. But then, James, how much is an MCA man charging now? £100 an hour?
Well, I don't know what the hourly rate is, but I know they won't even get in their car until you put 1,500 quid in their bank account.
Aye.
They don't work accumulating an invoice. They work on depleting your money.
I fell out with them about that. Aye.
Yeah, just take it out of the pot when it's empty, I call you.
Aye,
That's
but
exactly
they want you to put £1,500 in the pot first,
sure.
before they leave to answer the fucking phone.
Or minimum.
Yeah, but that's no right, that.
No.
So it's no. Fucking cheeky cunts, so they want paid before they do anything.
And can you get one more?
They must be the only cunts in the world
when I got
want to get paid before they fucking do anything.
Hey, have you read about that trip which that Ukrainian wanted to sink in Mallorca a little while ago?
They wanted to sink it in Mallorca.
Yeah. There was a Ukrainian captain on a Russian flag.
Oh, I did read about that. Yeah.
That was one of my last jobs.
Sabotaged the engine.
Yeah.
One of the big
I wanted to sink the damn thing.
Yeah, he tried to sink it.
It was one of the last boats I was working before I left Mallorca, and I lived there for years.
But
they have on the back.
Fuckers.
They have on the stern on the upper deck. They have one of those big round glass doors. Yeah. You can go into the saloon. Really beautiful. Boom. Goes open automatically when you walk there, or press a button and all that. Anyway, that's all Italian design always. Comes from Italy, and that's where the problem starts. The other problem is the controller. Wasn't open the door, you have to press the buttons and only from inside. Anyway, so they called me up. I went there for a friend who does stainless steel work there. So talking to the engineer and everybody, actually talked to the captain. They wouldn't think about that Ukrainian guy, was a nice guy. And okay. So I just put away a day of working there and just got some overrides done for them so they can use it, but not dangerous because when the door closes, there's a child in the
Yeah.
So they tried to actually knock that out as well, and I said I'm not going to do that.
No, you can't.
And then I was back with Dan in the workshop later. I was talking with them. The Italians, when they come from Italy to do a repair job there, they bring a controller probably or parts of that. $25,000 goes in their account before they even leave Italy.
Yeah.
And then those guys, they were screwing around with me for I was 8 hours on the boat at $40 an hour or whatever. Well, it's not perfectly working. Well, I said, we're calling the Italians for 20,000 euros to start with, plus the spare parts and every additional day.
Yeah.
That's the super yacht industry. Terrible in many ways. But you imagine, how much is that door? They want to have that much to start with. That door, I mean, it's a large door, 3 meters or something like this.
Yeah, but how much was the fucking door? 100,000?
140,000 euros, that damn door.
A frigging door.
Damn door!
Fuck, I'd have a convertible.
It's crazy.
Keep her head to wind, it'd be right.
You know when you do in Mallorca a paint job in Mallorca in these days now in Palma, if you do a paint job on a 50-meter boat, and you paint the top sides as well, right? Top sides, everything. You have to take the fittings down, radar maybe. Everything has to be also tented in completely with big scaffolding. The British do that.
How much are you talking about that?
You know how much a paint job costs like that?
See in a bit, lad.
Somewhere between 800 and 1.2 million. No joke.
For the paint job?
Yes, for the paint job.
What?
Yes.
Freaking gold leaf in it or what?
Hey, the British are the chiefs there. They built, first of all, they built a tent. They have they built a huge scaffolding over a 50-meter boat, which is quite high, especially when it's on shore. You're going to spray in the water. It's going to get even more expensive because of the overspray. In the water is not allowed, so they have to build it like I don't know how they build it. But just the scaffolding for a boat like that, it would cost you 60 grand, 80 grand only the scaffolding. And then you have a crew there, maybe 10, 15 people who work for 2 weeks and take every single fitting of that thing, put it in a plastic bag, write a name on it, put it in a truck, bring it to the workshop, polish that shit up, put it all back later on after it's painted. And then they have to fair all of that and then they paint it. And there are some classic examples where then the owner said, you know, a steelboat there, he said, you know, big change or whatever, was a big change I think, yeah. Huge boat also, fucking 45, 50 meter power boat, huge one. And it was a lot of spatula on already from the years and so on. And they said, let's just get everything off, blasted everything off, sandblaster, and clean it off completely. And they said, no. Leave the bases on because it sticks good. So you know, so they then decided, okay, let's do it all off. I still have to re-spatula it all because of the dents in there to make it perfectly.
Yeah, failed.
And you know what happened. Somehow, I'm not really expert, but the primer and then the second primer and the whatever.
Come off.
They had this huge patch, which was, I promise you, like 4 by 5 meters or something like this, and they had it in the travel lift in the slings. And the whole piece.
No piece. Yeah.
Out again. Now, nobody in Mallorca, for example, can actually run a paint company because nobody has that amount of money for liability. Because if you break a paint job, how are you gonna redo the job?
Yeah.
It's impossible. It means all the small companies, yes,
Yeah, finished.
finish. Only the big companies doing it.
Yeah.
British owned, by the way, and Spanish, because
Yeah.
you can't do it without the Spaniards. Really.
Right.
That is just out of proportion.
No, when it comes to yachts and things, like for camping, I've seen people that fuck me, man. Just charge you anything. Any fucking time. Think of a number, double it.
Minimum.
Just.
It's only
If you do
customers that
quotations-
will, though, isn't there?
Aye, it's because they did
There's no
it.
customers. It's freaking say what you like, how you gonna get it.
No, not a fucking thing. That's what's caused it. The customers, because they pay for it.
It's incredible. Also, stainless steel works in what that cost. Oh, no. You couldn't pay anything. It's just out of the world.
Yeah, Chris does his age stainless steel work, don't you, son?
Well, to a point. I don't do like finicky
Fancy
landscape
things,
stuff.
no.
No, it's all agricultural.
Aye.
Woodwork, incredible.
Can't stand woodwork.
Get fucking
cut it wrong, you're throwing it away,
Something
aren't
to
you?
do what woodwork nowadays is getting to be the problem. Kind of like to fix a boat with that.
Yeah,
put a
but you had-
put a
you-
plank on it. Where the fuck would you get a man to do it?
But we had some good companies. They were also British guys. I know them actually quite well, and they came as a bunch, 2 of them carpenters to Mallorca maybe 25
Yeah,
years
they do
ago,
anything.
and then they made the company big because they were very good.
Yeah.
They actually got laser cut machines.
Yeah, for cutting the original, yeah.
Everything completely done. I mean, they made millions. There are millions carpenters virtually. But when you look at the interior, it is just stunning. It's unbelievable. But we had a boat, a sailing boat. We had in the front, in the bow, two bunks, foldable table, nice panels and everything. Not big, small cabins actually. They rebuilt completely the cabins, but because it's a sailboat, you build the bunks also in such a way that they can actually move, like wedging type of.
Yeah.
I'm not
The heat.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was the price of those 2 cabins, and you fucking hold on, everybody. That was 180,000 euros.
2 cabins, 4 bars.
Depending what the built them with, what wood they used.
Still, man. I mean, the cabin is ultimately not bigger than the cockpit here.
Yeah.
If you look at it,
I know a guy that
I
fucking
mean,
spent. See that guy that I used to work with the Aberdeen 115, Zeebrugger 115. They spent 150,000 in the mess room.
The fucking mess.
Just in the mess room. I said, you're fucking mad, you cunts. He said, Robert, I spent 3/4 of my life in this boat.
Yeah.
Took that.
See, my boss wouldn't do that. See, because
No.
the people he's got to put in there. If he could get away with being Tupperware plastic, he could deck those out the galley. That's what
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
yeah,
Big drain hole in the middle.
Yeah, these cunts are-
yeah, but the prices have gone so far through the ceiling that there is no real relation anymore to
To
the
the
money.
job, no. there's the-
Because one of the big boats is with Russians, which are going, they cost in the range of 500 million.
Yeah, that's mental, isn't it?
It's totally mental. So, if you want to build or repair something on your boat because in the summer season or something like this, when they don't use the boat, they want to use it maybe in the Caribbean or something, and they have only X amount of time, 4 or 5 months, and then the carpenter, the best guys there, they say, look, we
We're
have no
booked up.
time, we are booked
Yeah.
up and everything.
Yeah.
And they said, but we booked up, we
How
have
much will it
150, 60,000 for that, and the guy says, okay, I pay you 250.
Yeah.
Just
If you
drop
do
it
it now,
Finished.
Yeah.
So There's no, and the guy said, okay, give me 300, then it's 300.
Yeah, but that's happened in shipyards in Holland and off for fish boats. Same thing. You can't get the work done.
No?
You get the fucking, you pay them X amount to do it yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
Why, you have no labor, or is it a problem, or?
No, you just can't get, it's just too busy.
Yeah, but you can employ more people, or is that not possible, or?
Well, we're talking about here.
No, I'm talking about in Holland.
In Holland?
In Holland.
Yeah, Holland is the same like Germany, you can't get
Yeah.
people, you
Yeah.
can't get labor.
If I wanted to build a new boat in Holland tomorrow, I was 6 years before they could go on the list.
Caralho.
Yeah. To build to replace the last of them, 6 years waiting list.
And the most funny thing is that this guy who had that this friend of mine who was on that big powerboat, no names with the Russians. It was so funny. He had that boat in Holland to build, and 70 meters. It was with all extras about 100 grand worth, no? 100 million. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. 70 meter, beautiful boat, no? I mean, big ship actually. The amount of power in that boat is first of all the craziest fucking thing. And then he had his old boat still, which was smaller than 40 meter or something like that. And so he was using that the last season before it came out of Fetchip Yard, because Fetchip built that thing.
Yeah.
It was so funny. I drove into Barcelona Harbor and I just came over with I drive a big Kawasaki, so I just came over to visit my buddy there on the boat. And I said, well, the boat's not even in the water, the boat's on shore, what happened? An unbreakable line, dinghy line, wrapped around the prop, blew the gearbox in 1,000 pieces. So they had to bring it out there, but couldn't get the gearbox quick enough, so that the owner was $100 million boat just about to come out of the shipyard, but not for the season. And that one was broke, he had to rent the boat. That's when you have problems.
Fucking dead right.
Nobody got fired. Nobody got fired now.
I don't think it was that much of a problem. If anybody's got 100 million to buy a boat, I'm sure you can take it on the chin.
Yeah, it doesn't fucking
No
matter.
problem.
That's right, exactly.
I mean, they would cost
doesn't
you.
matter.
They would cost you 200,000 a week, no?
Yeah. That's right, it's 200,000 down. Fuck all. For £20 years. So it's. Then it's supposed to be able to go and get this fucking boy's fucking arm, bro.
That
It's
is it.
time already, man.
I've actually got to move my fan.
20 to 6.
Up there.
That's quickly.
Yeah.